Hello and welcome to another week of This Week in Construction with me, Steve Kurzak, the founder of Construction Store, the charity putting sporting opportunities into the workforce to provide opportunities for people to enjoy themselves. That is what we're doing. That's what we're getting amongst, alongside our groundworks business as well, pushing and delivering civils packages within the construction industry in the UK. Little plug for ourselves there. Why not? This week in construction, we have been double busy. It's been good. It's been brilliant. We had football last week with Tri-Build Solutions. We had Digital Construction Week with Fred Mills at the B1M and Team Procore on behalf of Get Construction Talking. And then we had a big golf day that we were hosted by our four-ball leader, Alex Gotts of Way Better Payroll. We had a big golf day over in Kent that those guys took us to. It was really, really good. It's Men's Health Week this week. So this morning we were out in London in a place called Bayswater. For you who don't know this part of London, it is in between kind of Paddington and Hyde Park, if I think kind of a bit of a big distance, but somewhere in the middle of there. And I was in a couple of lovely 1-2 bedroom apartments, what we're kind of looking at pushing into soon to move into. We just got to find £17 million. So yeah, big places. That was the smaller one of them. Went into another one, was unbelievable. And we had a good conversation about what do you wake up to and worry about when you're in a bed that's literally in a house that costs £17 million. If you are one of these people, please let us know what your day-to-day struggles are and how you get by. Because it's not even the way that people would sit there and go, oh, I need to change that light bulb soon. It looks like it's on the way out. I don't think that's something they worry about. I'm sure it's we'll have the butler do it or something like that. But yeah, if you are one of these people, let us know. Let us know. Speak to us. Elle fined after a man has been killed by a piling rig. There we go. More deaths in construction. This time, Elle were fined £233,000 after a 52-year-old man died on a site in Annan, Dumfries and Galloway. Gary Dobinson, a HGV driver employed by a separate company, was struck and killed by the mast of a piling rig in 2021. So it was a good few years ago, this one, but there you go. £233,000. Not a lot of money, really, does it really think? You think, well, these companies probably profit with, and just took 2 years. That 2 years of putting some money aside to pay off. It's just wrong, isn't it? There's so many construction-based fatalities happening year on year. Obviously, it went up last year by 50%, I believe, from 32 on average to into the 40s. More needs to be done to make sure people aren't killing themselves. And I truly believe that the mental health side of that plays a huge part, especially in terms of fatigue management and looking after the workforce. These people who will operate in your workforce are your business. Without them, you can't function properly. Make sure those people are looked after, well-oiled, well-nutritioned, and able to support your company in a very positive way. And guess what? You should not have any issues. And we can't say enough how many times we keep on having to comment on different fatalities in this sector. Bonkers. £220 million plan to restore secret wartime tunnels approved. Good grief, that's a lot of money. Deep level underground wartime shelter tunnels in London's High Holborn area are set to become the capital's latest tourist attraction. That does sound quite cool, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. The City of London Corporation planners have given the thumbs up to a £220 million scheme to convert the Warren of Tunnels into a visitor centre and cultural attraction. In developing the underground site, buildings at 38 to 41 Furnival Street would be combined into a single structure with the ground floor used as the main entrance. The Kingsway Exchange Tunnels, an intentionally misleading name to hide its true location under Chancery Lane Station, were bought from BT by Australian fund manager Angus Murray last year. What a man! So all those secret tunnels that are going around London, we can start to maybe get down there soon, see what they're all about. The tunnels were kept secret nearly 60 years under the Official Secrets Act. This is really interesting. Creator Ian Fleming worked in the tunnels as a liaison officer. So the man behind the 007, he worked in the tunnels as a liaison officer. His first Bond book, Casino Royale, referenced them as his location for Mr. Q, M's Q Branch Gadget Development Lad. Sorry, dragged that one out. But yeah, interesting. You can get down to the tunnels soon and have a whole new experience. Planning for new homes plunges to a record low. The latest housing pipeline report from the Home Builders Federation shows that in 12 months to March 2024, the number of new homes and sites given planning permission has fallen to the lowest level since data collected in 2006. Do you work on new homes? Are people buying these? I keep on just getting told they're not selling. So There's so many houses popping up and have been for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, isn't there really? Probably longer than that. But I've never worked in the house bashing world. But I do find it intriguing and interesting. And there's obviously a lot of bad press out of them as well now. These things have been thrown together. But please let us know if you've been in that sector and would like to speak about it. We're intrigued to know more. Our friends over at Considerate Construction Scheme has summarily axed 20 of its monitors. Construction News has learned. In an email seen by Construction News, the not-for-profit organisation said it had taken a tough decision to reduce the number of people carrying out inspections of registered sites. I'm with, this is a funny one, this one. I know those guys over there and I know what it's all about. But it's the assessors, I believe, from what I can see and what we're hearing. The assessors who go out and monitor sites and tick off whether people score certain scores. 20 of them people have been laid off. And by the sounds of it, it's not come across very morally right, maybe considerate being the word, and they've kind of been laid off in a way. But I think from what it sees here, they're kind of self-employed workers, and that is construction for you. Trust me, there's more than 20 people getting laid off every week in construction, not just at these guys, but all over the space. But at the same time, how many companies have gone under in the last year? Thousands and thousands, and there's more, and we've got more articles coming up about companies going bust. If these companies go bust, there's not enough work there for people to go and monitor. So I kind of see from Considerate Construction Scheme, not trying to defend anybody, but if they haven't got the workload for there to people go and sign off jobs and stuff or go and assess them, then those jobs aren't there, the money's not there, they're gonna have to make cuts. So maybe it was just maybe not held in the right way. But it's the nature of the beast of being a self-employed worker in construction, unfortunately. It's not right. It's just the way that it is, and people are getting axed in ways that aren't right either. So we'll keep out that one, but just let you know that we feel for everyone involved on both sides of the coin in that one. Sticky situation. Peaceful protest, tradespeople. That was us last week. You may have seen it all over national headlines. Fair play to it. It was a great crack. Shoaib Awan, who we spoke to, the gas expert, he's absolutely smashed it. And they're carrying on. We're on a WhatsApp group. The boys are pushing on, and girls pushing on and pushing on. And there was a number, I tell you what was interesting, WhatsApp group on a Sunday morning when all these boot sales are open. They were shutting them down left, right and centre. There was people all over the country getting to their boot sales to report more and more. And the police were turning up. People were having stuff seized, rightly so, because all of it was stolen. Yeah, fair play. I think that is just showing the impact of just keep pushing on and pushing, hit the drum, hit the drum, hit the drum. First glimpse of the £1.5 billion Palace of Westminster upkeep framework. There you go. The MPs are sorting out their place of work. A new £1.5 billion framework will help prevent future deterioration of the site's mechanical, electrical, public health, fire and life safety system, as well as its building fabric, roofing and stonework. Actually, they're walking past the Houses of Parliament a while ago. Actually, someone said, I think the place is falling apart and pretty much full of asbestos as well. So that will be an expensive do, but I'm sure our good old government will find the money for that one. If you haven't heard about it, myself and Andy Stevens at the Build Network sat down yesterday. The video of what we recorded is now on YouTube, on the Build Network UK's YouTube channel. And it shows a conversation that we had over 20 minutes, all about the statistics around construction suicide. We were made to believe that 507 construction workers took their own life in 2021, based on a survey that came out a few years ago. However, we have liaised with the Office of National Statistics, who reports on suicides based in England and Wales, and they stood by and corrected us and said 507 construction workers didn't kill themselves in 2021. It was, in fact, 668. A little bit of a due diligence from the construction sector failed, and they didn't cover themselves to make sure that the figure was right. Office of National Statistics did, however, say to us 2 years ago that certain statistics couldn't go out on a program that we were part of because they were factually incorrect. And these results have proven what that reason for was. So I sat down with Andy, and for the first time in the construction sector's history, people heard the shocking news that as of 2022, 749 construction workers took their own lives across England and Wales. 749 construction workers took their own lives in 2022 across England and Wales. That has gone up by 11%. It's not about 2 every working day, whatever rubbish you want to make up now. The fact is that more than 2 workers a day took their own lives in 2022 across England and Wales. Every day of the week it is happening. It just shows the actual interest, I believe, in this sector when the people who are being commissioned to do stuff or held responsible for overseeing certain topics not even getting the facts right. We've been Office of National Statistics on behalf, obviously, the Build Network with Andy, and I've seen it firsthand, have been very, very forthcoming and very supportive and very open to making sure we know exactly what the truth is and making sure that we report on the truth and whole truth and nothing but the truth. A massive thank you to the Build Network for allowing us to be part of that discussion. We'll make sure the link goes out. Like I say, the Build Network UK, headed up by Andy Stevens, has published that. But it just goes to show that every little bit of work, every system that's been put in place over the last 10 years, whether you think it's good because it saved one person or not, I get that. That's a strong point. However, in the grand scheme of things, everything that's been done in the last 10 years has failed. Why? Because figures have still gone up. In terms of a business, in terms of the way that people look at improving certain situations, when you go back to the hard truth, numbers have rose year on year on year on year. What's being done in the construction sector at the moment to address mental health and well-being from a corporate background is not effective. We notice that now with the amount of companies that go bust all the time, the amount of pressure that is on companies from the top to the very, very bottom and from the bottom to the very, very top, that enough is not being done. People need to be heard. We need to be heard. If you just allow workers the opportunity to enjoy themselves, create a healthy atmosphere, create a place where people can come to work and not be stressed to the eyeballs, then things will change. We've said it before, and I'll say it again. Construction takes no responsibility for the death of construction workers with regards to RIDDOR and the Health and Safety Executive. When someone takes their own life, it doesn't go down as a workplace issue, it goes down as a personal issue. And because of that, the Health and Safety Executive does not investigate it. That means for the 749 construction workers that took their own life last year, not one has been investigated and looked into to see if there was lessons to be learned from the sector in order for us to not let that happen again. It's wrong. We will push on with organisations around us that are willing to support. We will make more truth come out. And I'm sure there's a lot more stuff gone on in the last few years, what just isn't quite right or clear. We will bring that to the table. We'll bring that to make you guys out there. We're transparent with everything we want to do. We have nothing to hide. We speak openly and honestly about everything. And even if it's tough, even if we're in the wrong, hands up, accountability, we will talk about it and make sure that people know that things need to change. Have a great week. Enjoy your weekends. Take care. We will be back in 10 days probably, because the staff at Construction Sport here, not myself because I'm diehard and passionate about making sure that you guys are served correctly, but the guys behind the camera feel like they deserve a break. It's selfish, I know, but the woke youngsters of today just don't understand. But with your support, we can help get rid of them and bring new staff in. Please, please do support.
Good cut.